Alright, the first step, we're going to go download OpenRGB. So we can go to openrgb.org, and then we can go ahead and scroll down to, we'll download the stable version for Windows in my case. And we also need to download the extensions or the plugins for OpenRGB. We need the effects plugin, and we also need the visual map plugin, and make sure you download the correct version corresponding to your operating system. Once those are downloaded, I'm going to extract OpenRGB. Once we have OpenRGB downloaded and the zip file extracted, we're going to go ahead and run the program. The first time you run it, it might ask you to run it as admin so that the program can detect any devices on your computer. We'll just go ahead and ignore all the pop-ups because we'll be adding our own devices. So we'll have to go over to settings and plugins. We need to install the plugins we just downloaded. So we need to just click on the effects plugin DLL, and you can see it pops up. We also need to do the visual map plugin, and then it also pops up. So those are ready to go. Then under serial devices, this is when you'll want to connect your LED matrix to your computer and check in device manager for the COM port that it is using. So in my case, my device is on COM 11. So when we go to add a new serial device, we'll go ahead and name it, I'll just name it RGB LED matrix. It can be whatever you want. For port, on Windows it has to match this exactly in capitalized. Number of LEDs are 288 on your LED matrix, and the baud will be 115200. The protocol needs to be Adalite so that it can communicate correctly. And once this is all set up, make sure you hit save, and that'll save this information. Then go back to Devices tab, and we need to rescan for devices. This is where OpenRGB will try to find your devices. We'll go ahead and ignore that. And because my LED matrix is still connected, I can see it right here listed under my other things that OpenRGB has detected. I have the RGB LED matrix. So now I can drag the color wheel, and you should see yours changing. I don't have a camera set up on this one, but mine is changing colors right now. But to do the nice animations and stuff, that's going to take a little bit more work. Alright, now the next step, we need to set up the visual map. So to do this, you'll need to go ahead and download the LED reordering Python script that I have linked on my webpage. That will be used to update the numbering of the LED indexes once we create the visual map to match the hardware of the LED matrix. So we'll go ahead and go to the visual map tab, and we'll go ahead and give this a good name. And once that's named, we'll go ahead and select our RGB LED matrix, and we will also add that to our visual map, and we'll zoom in. So you can see this is the software interpretation of how these LEDs are laid out. We need to adjust this, so we will change the width to 9 and the height to 32 to match our LED. We now also need to adjust the shape of this orange string of LEDs to match our arrangement so that shapes and animations look correct. So we'll go edit shape, and you can see they're all in a straight line, and the first LED, they're all just increasing in number. So what we'll do is we'll change the width to 9 and the height to 32. We still have 288 LEDs. And we want to do zigzag, and we'll put in 32 for the height. And now it populates it, but there's an issue. It's counting down in a column. We want to go across like we're reading. So it needs to go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. You can obviously drag these and rearrange them if you want to manually do it, but that's where the Python program comes in. So we'll go ahead and save this, and we'll go to VMap menu, and we will hit save, and call it LED matrix, and we'll save that. Then click on the VMap tab, open VMaps folder. This is our LED matrix file that we just created, so I'm going to copy that into the directory with the Python script. The Python script, if we take a look at it, is expecting this file name right here. You can change this to match your file name, or what I will be doing is, because mine is already LED matrix, but without any file extension, I will be adding the .json to my file so that the Python script recognizes it. So I'll just rename that .json. And now if I open a terminal and I run Python LED matrix LED reordering script.py, okay, it has created a new JSON file, LED matrix rowwise.json, and that is right here. I will copy that back into the VMap folder that opened up, and now I will go ahead and close this, and in VMap I will go ahead and close OpenRGB and launch it again since we moved a new file into that folder. Okay. And now if we look in Visual Map, I'll go to VMap menu and load our new LED matrix rowwise.json. And now you can see it's populated in a grid here, which is what we want. I will go ahead and select our RGB LED matrix, and it has populated correctly. To verify, I will click on Edit Shape and zoom in, and we can see it goes 0, 1, 2, 3 from left to right in the first row, and that's correct. So now we'll want to go turn on auto register, turn on auto load, VMap menu, and click on register controller. And I'll just save a copy for good measure. Okay, so now if we go to devices, you'll see we now have an LED matrix rowwise.json file or device. This will correctly map LED indexes based on our visual map that we just created. So whenever you are using effects or trying to change the color, it's best to use this rowwise.json device. And I am testing it, and it is still updating the color correctly, so that's good. Next, we'll look at the effects. So to add just a simple effect, we will do like a rainbow color wheel, and we'll go ahead and turn on the animation. And once we do that, we have to select which device. If you're on a desktop computer and you might have a keyboard, a mouse, computer, fans on your system that are all RGB, you can turn them all on so they're all doing the same animation. In our case, we want to pick this LED matrix, and we'll go ahead and add to current effect, and you should notice that it starts animating the effect. You can obviously adjust stuff like the brightness, direction, all sorts of effect settings. These are all different per effect. But if you want to disable this effect on your matrix, you can just uncheck this little box, and that'll turn it off. And you could disable the entire effect or delete the effect. I hope you were able to get your LED matrix up and running with all sorts of fun animations. I can't wait to see what you guys make, and please post them to the Framework Forum. If you do need help, please also ask on the Framework Forum, and I'm sure either me or someone else can help you get your module working. Thank you.